Now, cutting across to Sushant Singh Rajput's probe here, we're looking at his sister, Shweta Singh Kirti. Sushant's sister, Shweta Singh Kirti, releasing a video appeal seeking for a CBI probe into her brother's death. Shweta Singh, who lives abroad, she has now sent a video appeal, put it out online, seeking a CBI probe into her brother's death. Let's take a listen to this appeal.
I'm Sushant Singh Rajput's sister, Shweta Singh Kirti, and I request everyone to stand together and demand for CBI inquiry for Sushant. We deserve to know the truth. We deserve justice for Sushant. Otherwise, we will never find closure. We won't be able to live a peaceful life. तहे दिल से आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि हम एकजुट होकर CBI इंक्वायरी की मांग करें, क्योंकि हमें सच जानने का हक है. Thank you. CBI for SSR. Please. Hello everyone. I'm Sushant Singh Rajput's sister, Shweta Singh Kirti, and I request everyone to stand together and demand for CBI inquiry for Sushant. We deserve to know the truth. We deserve justice for Sushant. Otherwise, we will never find closure. We won't be able to live a peaceful life. तहे दिल से आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि हम एकजुट होकर CBI इंक्वायरी की मांग करें, क्योंकि हमें सच जानने का हक है. Thank you. CBI for SSR. Please.
Sushant Singh's sister there, Shweta Singh Kirti. She lives abroad, appealing for a CBI probe, asking for people to unite and asking for the government to carry out a free and fair probe by the probe agency, the CBI, the Central Probe Agency. This is a request that his sister Shweta Singh Kirti makes while she's abroad. Let's quickly cut across to Anjana Om Kashyap joining us with details on this. Anjana, here is Sushant's sister, Shweta Singh Kirti, who lives abroad, appealing for a CBI probe. We know that a CBI probe has already been initiated. Nonetheless, the matter is now in court. The court is to hear the matter soon enough. The clamour around a CBI probe is indeed growing. People's sentiment at large right now put to test. Now his sister pitches in.
Absolutely, and even in the conversation that I had with her, all they say is we want to know the truth. That is, for the entire family, closure lies in the fact that there is an unbiased investigation. They've always been pressing for a CBI probe. In fact, when Bihar police went over to Mumbai and they were carrying on the investigations, even then the entire family stood with Bihar police because they saw it as a ray of hope. They were not trusting Mumbai police from day one, because initially in the month of February the family had complained and the complaints were not taken seriously because it was not given in written and just WhatsApp complaints were forward. Now the big picture, if you see, Nabila, the court is going to clear the jurisdiction today. We know that Mumbai police has been investigating from day one. We know that the father registered an FIR in Bihar police, and Bihar police then went to Mumbai, and what happened thereafter was for the country to see. And on the other hand, once DOPT issued an ordinance and then the CBI has taken over the probe, they're also investigating. Now you can't have three agencies. So all the parties have actually put forth whatever arguments they had in the court, and after listening to that, the judgment has been kept with the Supreme Court. That's going to come out today. So I think before the judgment, the family really wants to put forth this appeal in a way, you know, when you see the sister dressed in white, folding her hands and just appealing for an unbiased investigation. That's all she writes. Let's all pray. And every time you talk to the entire family, all they have to say is, we want to know the truth. And for them, the truth cannot come if there is any kind of bias or any kind of mudslinging on the family. Everyone who does that loses their faith and confidence, Nabila.
Absolutely, Anjana. We're looking at people's sentiment at large, wanting for a CBI probe. Sushant Singh Rajput was quite a spirited guy. He had a whole plan that he listed out in his diary, where he wanted to debut in Hollywood at one point in time in 2020, start off another business. He had grand plans. For him to really succumb, die by suicide is still something that isn't, that one can't digest. Anjana, thank you very much for all those details. Joining us, Anjana Om Kashyap, with that piece of information coming in from Shweta Singh, who's Sushant's sister living abroad, wants a CBI probe, sends out an appeal on social media platform through a video message asking for a probe at the earliest, to be fair and